Hello guys, welcome to another edition of His Code where we'll discuss about football and other related issues. In today's video, we're discussing about the match review between Chelsea and Nottingham Forest. I have to take my time to calm down so that I can give you people a quality content, because if I'd given you the match review immediately after the match, it would have been a very sarcastic one. Let me use that language here. And before we go into the lineup and the talking point, because we'll divide it into three sections, we'll be discussing the positive things we'll noticed, the negative, and the likely things that we can improve. Before we do that, I want you to like the video, share, and subscribe. And congratulations to those that have subscribed already and those that do watch the video. You are the king when it comes with respect to this channel. And I know Chelsea did not give you guys any reason to want to watch this video, but just for the love you have for me and the support that I need from you, I want you to actually watch this video and also give it a likes, and I also want your comment at the end of the video. So let's quickly go to the lineup that both teams use. Both teams set up the team in similar formation, 3-4-2-1. That's the formation that Chelsea and Nottingham Forest use. Now in goal, Sanchez was in between the post. Gusto played the right wing back, Chilwell played the left wing back, and the defense was consist of Cowell, Silva, and Disasio. Now the Gallagher, Caicedo, and Enzo Fernandez, they make up the defensive phase, and Sterling and Jackson, these are the old two attacking players in Chelsea team. Now let's talk about that of Nottingham Forest. Tuna was in between the posts. Oriel, Hyena, McKenna, Worrell, Boli, Mangala, Danilo, Awoni, Yats, and Gibbs White. Now this is the team that both team actually featured in the course of this game. Now if you've watched my previous match review, I did tell you guys that Pochettino is setting the team for failure. Now, there's something that is common among all Chelsea coaches. You may correct me if I'm wrong. Every of the coaches, now the various fans that do watch the game, they could see the problem, but I'm so surprised that the various coaches, they don't see the problem. So I don't really understand the difference between the information between both the fans and the coach who are seeing the players in the every day in the training pitch. But what I've been crying for is what he did. Now let's talk about the negative part, because I'll try my best to see how we can end the video on a positive note. Now, with respect to the negativity in the game, first of all, the formation was complete nonsense. Because every of my video, I've been saying that all throughout the preseason friendlies that Chelsea play, the formation that worked for Pochettino, that gave the Chelsea a balanced team, was actually 4-2-3-1. And this is what every fans has been crying that this guy should use. He tried this 3-4-3 in the course of the preseason friendlies, and it did not work. It was completely flat. Now, when he did it against Liverpool, I could understand what he was trying to do with respect to Liverpool. But I was not expecting him to go forward, because this is the formation that Chelsea used last season, and it was a complete mess. And from what I'm seeing, it just seems as if Pochettino is lying to us, because you telling us, giving us a positive vibe with those positive comments that you want to win the league. In fact, you are here for the current win. Is this the kind of result that will give you the league? This kind of results cannot even give you Champions League qualification spot, let alone even win. In fact, he should delete that word, winning the league, from his lip. Because after the first 3 games, whenever I watch his pre-match conference, I don't take anything he says into heart. I take them with a pinch of salt. Because I said to myself, what this guy is saying the right thing. But when it comes to the reality for what our eye test can see on the pitch, it's completely flat. Yes, he did the same thing against Tottenham. And with Chambo, fumbled completely. Against Luton, he did it, and we could see the threat that Luton gave. And I said in my match preview, you can go and watch the video, that if Luton was a clinical team, Chelsea, they would have punished Chelsea in that game. Now, they were so fortunate that, yes, they got the 3 goals. And he repeats the same thing, even though that he changed the personnel in the Carabao Cup second leg. And we could see that against a Division 2 team, we suffered. And he has repeated the same thing in the course of this game. In fact, when I was looking at the game, in the first 15 minutes, yes, the only thing that was just good about it was how Sanchez was coming out to pick those area balls. But everything was completely flat. I said in other match preview that beating Chelsea is not difficult. No one does not need to get a coaching badge to beat Chelsea. And it was evident in the course of this game. Because the team is they are so easily predictable. I said in our match preview that if you shock the midfield, force them into the flank, and as long as they can't penetrate that midfield, they are just going to the flank, nothing will happen. And that is what Nottingham Forest did. They just closed the midfield, forced them into the flank. And I was so surprised. Every now and then, they were just concentrating on the right flank. They were concentrating on it. Now, if a team is trying to be defensive, all you need to do is quick passes. In the goal that Nottingham Forest scored, the moment the second half began, you could see that the midfield and the defense, they went to sleep. And by the time the damage has already taken place, that's when Pochettino now decided to wake up. Because when I was looking at the game, I was just saying to myself that the only tendency that Chelsea will score in the course of this game, it is going to be from a serious blunder that Nottingham Forest will do. And they did a serious blunder. Look at the goal scoring opportunity that Jackson had. He flopped it completely. It gave me a good vibe in the course of the preseason, but ever since the season began, come on. I don't really understand if it is because there was no 10 in the team. Because what I'm seeing, Jackson, yes, he can do all the hard work, win ball in the midfield, drive. But the reason that makes a striker is the ability to score goals. And we could see the numbers are speaking for itself. Now, let's just talk about the positive part. Now, there were actually a lot of vibe that come up because the two people I predicted that Pochettino should remove when it was about making those changes are the people he removed. I talked about Gallagher because this guy does not have any technicality when it comes to the team. And I talked about Ben Chilwell. I said, yes, he is good in playing left back. But when you're playing him as a left wing back and trying to make him a winger, he does not have that nitty-gritty. And he removed those two. And the moment he removed them, he changed it to 4-2-3-1. And we could see how they were moving the game. The game shifted. And I was asking, why don't play this? Why are you trying to be reactive? Play according to your strength. Let the opponent react to you. And it's so painful because before we get to watch them in action again, it's going to be under 2 weeks because the international break is coming up. So this pain has to be in our heart for the whole of these 2 weeks. While we're seeing other teams picking up points. Because the same vibe we saw last season is what we're seeing replicate in the course of this season. It's just that with different personnel. Because I thought him seeing the team from afar, he can be able to understand that, okay, yes, this is the pattern I want to play. This personnel, they are not good for it. Yes, the board and the owner, they try their best to make sure that those personnel you feel they are not good for the team. They sold them and bring a brand new team. Now, bringing a brand new team, why using the same formation that killed the team last season? Why using it? Why bringing that same vibe to us? Now, let's just talk about the things that he can improve on. I believe that he has seen for himself. Chelsea is not a club whereby the fans are patient. But the thing I want to say to the fans is that let's be patient. It's a brand new team filled with young boys. That's why when they both signed Cole Palmer, I told you guys he's a good player. But I don't think all these young boys, 22 years, we need experience in this team. So I think going forward, you should go back to what works for him during the course of the preseason. Go back, use what worked for you. It is for this singular reason we went and we signed Cole Palmer, who can play the 10. Hoping that definitely in the next game, after a sad, two solid week of torment and pain via this result. Tottenham beating Chelsea 1-0 in Stamford Bridge. I felt so bad for the players, the fans that went to the game to watch the game. By 88 minutes, some of them started leaving the stadium, which I didn't blame them, because if I were to be in the stadium as well, I would do the same. I can't pay my money to come and watch my team and see this just such a shambolic performance. Well, I just want you to drop your comments and like the video, share. Also, tell me the things you think that it can improve on. Come on, let's go.